Brooklyn Independent Television.
Brooklyn Homebrew is your one-stop shop for all beer making and tasting needs. From hops, yeast, and honey to equipment for both newbies and experienced brewers alike, owners Danielle and Benjamin are introducing a whole new generation to brewing at home.
Brooklyn Homebrew is New York City's only fully dedicated homebrewing supply store. So everything you need for making beer, sake, mead, some winemaking equipment as well. We have the ingredients as well as the equipment.
Me and Benjamin were just looking to get out of the restaurant business, maybe try something different. We saw that there was an open market for a homebrew store and we decided to go ahead with it.
I've been brewing about 10 years. We were considering doing a bar when we started looking at the cost of opening that type of business. My wife Danielle suggested, since there wasn't at the time a supply store for homebrewing in the entire city, that we should give that a shot. We basically have everything you need for making beer at home: wine, sake, mead, and any fermented beverage essentially. Usually when people come into the store, they're looking for either equipment or ingredients. We sell equipment kits that are all prepackaged and ready to go. Some people prefer to piece together their own equipment kits, so that's basically what the rest of the store is all about. We have various types of ingredients and fermentables and additives here: coffee, maple syrup, honey, different types of sugars, brew kettles, brew pots. We refer customers over here for books. A lot of people want to dive right in, but it's really a good idea to read up on the basic process first before you get going. So once the customer's got the basic equipment they need and an idea of what kind of recipe they want to make, we usually take them back to the ingredients area. We get hops, yeast, and barley for them, and I'll show you where all that is. So for a basic pale ale, one of the recipe kits we sell, you would need about 9.5 pounds of just a basic standard American 2-row malted barley, which is what we have here. We'll weigh it out for the customer, or customers can basically just help themselves to it. So when you're ready to check out, we'll crush the grains for you. It's basically ready for brewing. This is the final product. Then we just bag up the milled barley for the customer, and they're ready to take it home and start making beer.
It's been great owning a business in this neighborhood. We were one of the first businesses to actually move into this neighborhood. Right when we opened, the pie shop opened right next door to us. A Chinese restaurant eventually opened around the corner, and there's been a ton of businesses opening along Third Avenue.
My uncle was into home brewing, and he gave it up a couple years ago, and I inherited a lot of the equipment from him, and I got a taste for craft beer and wanted to try and see if I can do it myself.
The customers have been responding extremely well to us. A lot of them are used to buying ingredients and equipment online, so they don't really have a face-to-face conversation with anybody. So they love to come in and talk to us and work them through problems, help them pick out ingredients, and really just make them more successful brewers.
I went over, checked out their place, bought the first starter ingredients I needed, and just kept coming back. They've been helpful. They've been able to work me through some problems that I've had with my beers, and they've just been really great, and so I keep it right here.
So the next choice you have to make if you're making beer would be what type of hops you want to use and how much. So we have hops from all over the world: American, British, German, French, some hops from New Zealand. So we keep all of the hops in the freezer to maintain as much freshness as possible. We have pelletized hops, whole leaf hops, and plugs, which are essentially compressed whole leaf hops, in about 40 or 50 different varieties. And then the most important part of brewing is using a quality yeast. These are all different types of yeast that we sell, but these are essentially different strains harvested from all different parts of the world. And we also sell a number of spices used for either brewing, cheese making, or just cooking. Often it's added at the very end, so it's almost just steeped gently like tea.
I love working here mostly because I get to interact with a lot of interesting people, and also there's a sound science aspect to it, which really intrigues me. Here at Brooklyn Homebrew, we sell ingredient recipes, partial mash recipes, or all grain recipes. I made my own beer. It's a Chipotle chocolate stout. It's my most recent creation.
One of the cool things about this job is customers bring us samples all the time. Sometimes because there's a problem, but other times just because they want to share one of the beers that they're particularly proud of. This is a smoked porter that one of our customers brought us. I haven't tried it yet, but let's give it a taste. This beer it's beautiful. It's got thick off-white or tan head, which is appropriate for a porter. And overall, it's a really fantastic porter. Yeah, very nice. Most of the customers here at Brooklyn Homebrew tend to be anybody who likes beer. 21 up to 60 something and beyond. You know, if you can cook in the kitchen, you can homebrew. Men, women, all ages and all races love beer, so at some point it inspires people to make their own beer.
Follow us on Twitter at BK Independent TV.